This is ridiculous, and this is the most money I've ever spent in a day. Hey YouTube, I look rough, I know, and if you watch my week in life, you'll understand why. So this is what we're dealing with today. The lighting is awful and I'm sorry. But today I am going to talk to you about how I just spent the most money I've ever spent in a day. Before I give any amounts, the amount of money I spent today in one day is quite a bit more than my paychecks are that I get twice a month. So that's fun. But luckily I'm really good with my money and saving and budgeting and stuff, so it's not like that much of a financial hardship for me. I mean, obviously if days like this happened all the time I'd be screwed, but for a day like this to pop up, it sucks. It's a lot of money, but like I have it saved. Like I'm not like, oh my god, where's this money gonna come from? I put everything on credit cards, but like I pay my credit cards off every month and I should be projected to be able to pay it off in full this month as well. So that's good. Again, I know it's a lot of money, but thankfully stuff like this doesn't happen that often. Actually the past few months it kind of has, but thankfully I have the money. And if you watched I think my Vlogmas week 3 or week 2, you would have known that I had this huge gig that paid a lot of money, and I just got paid for that on Sunday, so I actually just got a huge chunk of money. So basically all that money I just got paid for today. The first thing I spent money on today was Dunkin' Donuts, and I spent $6.85 at Dunkin' Donuts. I decided to try their new Beyond Burger, or not Beyond Burger, their Beyond Sausage breakfast sandwich, and honestly it's really good. It's overpriced, but like if you are like on a road trip or something and you want a breakfast sandwich, it's really good. I highly recommend. It's just overpriced. I tried their hash browns, that was only like $1, and then I got a donut because Dunkin' Donuts are the best. About $6 there. Now this is where it gets expensive. I went to pick up my car. The heater core had to get replaced. It was leaking, and if you know anything about cars, which I don't, actually, I've had 5 issues wrong with my car in the past 3 months, so I actually know quite a bit about cars now. The heater core is a very expensive job. It takes like 10 hours to fix, and my mechanic where I live was going to charge $1,200. And there's 2 reasons I went to my parents' mechanic instead. One, I physically couldn't get it done at my mechanic just because, again, if you've watched my vlogs, like the gig I had for 2 weeks straight, like I physically couldn't take my car in. Like I couldn't not have a car for those 2 weeks, so I couldn't take it in. So I was like, I'll just get it done over my winter break by my parents' house. But the other reason is my mechanic wanted to charge $1,200, and here they were only charging $950, and I feel bad saying only $950, but it was $950. The exact price, I have it written down, it was $951.04. So my next money spent of the day was $951, so that was a lot of money, but if I would have done it at my mechanic, it would have been $1,200. So I did save quite a bit of money there. The next thing I did while I was waiting for my dog to recover, or like wake up from her surgery, I stopped by a Culver's. They also had free Wi-Fi. My parents don't have Wi-Fi, so I was like, I'm just gonna go somewhere with free Wi-Fi while I'm waiting. I spent $5.75 at a Culver's, and I got grilled cheese and french fries and a sundae, which the sundae was free because they have, I mean, I know Culver's aren't everywhere, but I know other restaurants do this too, where they have the receipt and then like a code to fill out at the bottom of the receipt if you take a survey, and then you just get a free scoop of ice cream with 1 topping. So that's what I did. So my ice cream was free, but it was $5.75 for the actual food that I ordered. And just some other tips and tricks for Culver's. If you have a Culver's by you, you can order your fries to be extra crispy. I personally like mine extra crispy, so I ordered my fries extra crispy, and then you can put whatever you want on the grilled cheese. So I put tomatoes and pickles on the grilled cheese. Sometimes I put onion on them. Just a random fact in case you didn't know. And then here we go, the vet bill. And you can probably tell, or you can probably see, my baby has a cone on her head from the vet. The vet was $568.42. And essentially what happened was she had a hematoma removed, or the blood taken out of her ear. So a few months ago, and countless of my videos I've talked about it, to be honest, but she originally developed a hematoma in her left ear. It wasn't super big and it did heal on its own, and my vet by where I live said, like, just let it heal on its own. It'll take a while. She's got to wear a cone so that it doesn't get worse, blah blah blah. That's how she was wearing a cone in some of my previous videos, and it did get better on its own. Like, it was fine. But then when we went to check up on that ear, the vet noticed she was starting to get a hematoma on her right ear. And at the time it wasn't that big, but then it got bigger, and then it got bigger, and then it got bigger, and like it was just, it kept getting bigger. And like at the time the vet saw it, it wasn't that big, so it was just like, oh, do the same thing you did with the left ear, just let it heal on its own, it'll be better in a month or two. And no, it got bigger and bigger and bigger. And like I had called them several times, and finally they're like, yeah, like we definitely want to see her, bring her in again. Maybe we'll have to do something else besides just letting it heal on its own. Because about a week ago I made the decision, I'm like, no, like this is not healing on its own. This is really bad. And even since then it's gotten even bigger. And when I called a week ago, it was already the whole ear, and it just kept getting bigger and bigger. So it was really bad. I took her to my old vet by where my parents live, and we had 2 options, but the surgery just made more sense with how big it was, because I'm sure in my week in my life vlog, you can probably see how big it was before the surgery. It was horrible. So I'm glad I finally got that done. She looks not too hot. If you want to go watch that video, you can see what happened to her ear, but yeah. So that was a lot of money too. So my grand total for the day, I wrote it down. My grand total for the day was $1,532.06. Again, that's literally more than one of my paychecks. But again, I'm really good with my money, budgeting, saving, and like I said, I just had that gig that paid like a lot of money. My paycheck from that gig was actually more than what I spent today, so that's good. It was actually a lot more than I make teaching, so that was fun. But yeah, thank you for watching. I've seen all these videos of what I spend in a week, and I was planning on doing one. Originally, I was planning on trying to do one next week. I don't know if I still will. Honestly, I've been so busy, I probably won't. I eventually might one day. When I spent this much money in one day, I was like, okay, I need to do what I spent in a day, because this is ridiculous. And this is the most money I've ever spent in a day. Other than when she had ACL surgery, to be honest, I really don't remember how much it was. It was either $1,500, $1,700, or $1,900. So that was the other biggest expense I've ever had to make in my life. Other than today. But yeah, again, thank you for watching. If you have any other financial video ideas that you'd like me to do, just leave in the comments below and I can do it. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.